Hello, everybody. I think that works this time. Hello, everybody. Oh, I have my. Sorry about the echo. I had Twitch open another tab to make sure things were okay there. Okay, there, that's taken care of. Call this a part 2.5 to the stream because our chat box just crashed there. We need to reset a little bit, so I think that should be good. Someone else want to test that, tell me if it's working or not, I guess. Some of y'all have me on DMs and whatnot. Okay. Either way, let's get into it, I see. Thanks to a certain little brat, our government was scrambling to complete the task. Sorry about that. Dang. Okay, apparently still no chat. I don't know why that is, to be honest. It was working earlier. I don't know why it would suddenly stop in the middle of a stream and just like not restart when I even like start a new stream. That's extremely rude of it, actually. It doesn't make any sense. So like, let's see, chat settings. Is there some setting I left on that's like destroy chat after being online for a half hour? Let's see. And I guess Alexis is able to type. Sorry, viewers. Okay. Ah well, we'll proceed without chat for today. Hopefully next time we come back we'll have worked out that difficulty. You know, trial and error. It's just the way it goes. Sorry about that. Responding in a timely manner is their job, not ours. I failed to see the problem. This uproar has surely soured our relationship with the British Empire. You've jeopardized not only the treaty, but also our nation's future. I'm so sorry. A treaty formed with an easily agitated empire isn't worth the paper it's written on. I repeat, I failed to see the problem. I beg your pardon? A secret trial to appease a foreign government, a sloppy investigation, a hidden witness. Where is our nation's sense of justice gone? To which empire does this court belong? Silence! Know your place, students. You children know nothing of the precarious position our nation is in. For us to one day stand among the powers, profound political strategy is needed. Our path forward shall be paved by diplomacy. While I may be an average student who knows little to nothing about politics, I feel there's... I feel that Tracy is word just by standing here in this court. An empire with no justice also has no future. That's what I believe. Well said, Naruhodo. Shifty eyes and all. Damn you! Oh yeah, I'm not typing, so if it's I'll sign any comments that I make, but otherwise assume it's Alexis, I guess. Fucking get the rock out. Very well then. As our empire's highest bastion of law, the Supreme Court exists for the sake of justice. Let us resume the trial. The court calls the next witness to the stand. Bring in the exchange student from the British Empire, Miss Giselle Brett. Yes. Yes, Your Honor. this bitch. Oh, greetings, greetings. You must have endured quite the journey. Welcome to Japan. Quick, someone fetch a tea. A proper British greeting that begins and ends with black tea. Is that true? Don't know, don't care. Asogi doesn't care about being English manners. Even though it's an exchange student to England, potentially. Ahem. Now then, witness, would you please grace us with your name and occupation? Yes, sir. My name is Satoru Hosanaka. I'm currently working undercover as a waiter at the Chronological, but I wasn't talking to you! Ladies first, a proper British greeting always begins and ends with the lady! Is that true? Don't know. Still don't care. More importantly, do you remember what you said earlier? One thing I do have confidence in is my own observational skills, was it? Oh, right. I might have said that. Yet all you could describe her as was a young woman. Sure you're not actually blind as a bat, Naruhodo? Hey! Babe, I have no rebuttal. Anyway, let's just start over. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. I mean, I guess the joke is, she's wearing a whole fucking swan. Oh. Giselle Brett. The one who talks like this. Oh, milady, pardon my rudeness, but come again? Apparently, if you are paying attention, you can in fact interpret that cursive, and some people have translations of it, but I did not pull them up, and I have a hard time reading it. She says her name is Giselle Brett. She hails from London. At present, she's a research student at an Imperial Humane medical program. Oh, your English is so pleasing to hear, milady. Even though I understood not a word, I am entranced by the beauty of your voice. From what I can hear, we can trust the detectives to interpret her testimony. We can trust the detectives to interpret her testimony accurately. Yeah, I agree. It's like all that prep work you did study abroad in Britain didn't go to waste. As for you, Naruhodo, it seems your time in the English department isn't just for show. Now then, esteemed witnesses, apologies for the inconvenience, but we'd like for you to testify. Fair. But we would like you to testify. 3 days ago, at the scene of the terrifying murder in Lecantos, you were sharing a table with the late Dr. Watson. Is that correct? Okay, like, I have some messy cursive, but like this, I have nothing on this girl. This looks exactly like I've seen like diaries from like the old scientists at the buildings at Glasgow University were named after, who may have been total bastards, probably were total bastards, but like I've seen like pages of their diary that they keep in like a little museum in the student headquarters and stuff, and like it's almost exactly like this, just this pure, indecipherable cursive. Like, I'm just staring at it. I cannot do it. Like, I almost feel like pulling up a translation of it. if I go into, I don't know. If I do another break before she's finished speaking, then if I will pull up just a translation of what people have for her. Of her just refusing to speak plainly. She says, Yes. This is going to get annoying fast. This exchange student doesn't even speak our tongue. I'm English. I don't need to learn to speak other languages, bitch. That I can't read the line. I just know that's what she said. She says she had to vacate the scene due to an emergency. She deeply apologizes. She had to return to university for an important research symposium. Some cheek you have for someone who personally let her escape. I was simply following the special orders issued to me by police headquarters. Do excuse me, my lady. Could you please look at this photograph? When the incident occurred, you were unfortunately at the scene of the crime. Does that mean you bore witness to the crime with those beautiful eyes of yours? She says it was a most sad and terrifying spectacle to behold. So she did see it after all? Yes, Your Honor. It seems that she indeed witnessed the crime unfold. The defendant over there, he's the one who shot the victim. That's her testimony at the moment of the crime. Ah, shit. He definitely did it, but I am totally innocent, and that's why I left the scene of the crime and insisted that no one know about me. Order, order, order in the court. There you have it, Your Honor. This is incriminating testimony. Now I get it. That woman is our true opponent. So he's like, she's definitely the murderer, dude. As much as it pains me to say this, witness, please give us your testimony. Describe to us this sad and terrifying spectacle. They're really having the indecipherable text as part of the testimony. That day I had joined Dr. Watson for a rather late lunch. The doctor was unable to eat, so I ordered a beefsteak for myself. Oh, she's looking at us now, creepy. The accused came over to greet the doctor, but they quickly began to argue. Then, before my very eyes, the student took the doctor's pistol and shot him. Another comment from Alexis. Once again, if it's not signed, it's by Alexis. Because I am not typing and playing this game and trying not to shift it out of position where it'll stream good. Yeah, she's got a fun design. She's wearing a whole fucking duck. She kind of is a swan. Yeah. I mean, if you've seen like art from this time, that was the aesthetic. Anyway, then, I mean, not this specifically, but I mean like swans and stuff were like an ideal. I don't know, what the fuck. Let's keep going. Then before my very eyes, a student took the doctor's pistol and shot him. I'm just gonna say it's the language from The Sims. The nonsense. I was not carrying a firearm, so it was impossible for you to have committed the crime. I wasn't carrying a firearm, so it's impossible for you to commit the crime. Oh, I missed what he was saying. I swear, I never argued with the doctor. Oh, he stirred so hard he broke the stream. Just as I was saying, I'm trying not to move it to the place where it'll break the thing. Actually, this might just be on the hardware end. Streaming the 3DS can make it a little bit upset sometimes. The 3DS itself, I mean. It's a little safety save. one moment. See if we can reboot this. Looks like it's not connecting. Might need to reboot my 3DS a little bit. You know what? I want to get into this testimony, so I'll be right back with y'all folks in a little second. Just as soon as I restart this stuff. How y'all doing, by the way? We here at Girlfriend Quest, we like to say, you know, Black Lives Matter and defund and abolish the police. And, you know, shit's been wild lately. But everyone, you gotta remember to look out for each other and to have some optimism about, because, you know, things can change radically for the worse, but if we work together, it can also change radically for the better. I did not plan a full public service announcement to be professional-like in between my stream crashing, but yeah. What's the discourse these days while I'm picking this up? I hear old turf lady came out as mask off now, you know. Oh yeah. Yeah, all true. Alexis concurs. Yeah. Boop. Setting up here. Sorry, everybody. So, anyway. Will it work? We should have sound. Can we also get video, maybe? Boop. Put it on the screen. Hey, and we're alive again. Good job, everybody. Ignore my hacked 3DS screen. Getting right back into it. Don't worry, everybody. Alright, we're back on stream. There we go. I swear I never argued with the doctor. Objection! Quit your yammering. The word of a black-hearted villain, the word of a pure-hearted lady. Which do you think we trust? Even a scoundrel like you should know. Gah! Naruhodo, haven't you learned your lesson? Nothing's going to change if you keep raising your hand without thinking. I'm just so frustrated. Shortly thereafter, I arrived on the scene. When I related testimonies of this lady and the two previous witnesses to headquarters, it was concluded that she had no relation to the incident. Thus, she was sent home. Now, if only those testimonies were legitimate. In any case, this lady is wearing the same outfit she wore on the day of the incident. Exactly the same outfit. As you can see, there is no place in which she could have concealed a pistol. In this swan hat, and her many ruffles of... I think you could hide a single pistol just about anywhere though. Yeah. Unless you can indicate this hiding place to us, what you're spouting is mere conjecture. This dress has no pockets. There's nowhere to hide a pistol. Damn! The dress has no pockets, defense. It's foolproof. This is what she says. Like to turn that woman upside down and give her a good shake just to check. You'd better not be thinking of getting violent now, remember? Come on, I didn't fire the gun I found, so there must have been another one. Exactly. That lady must have concealed it somehow. At least that's what we need to prove. And to do that, we have to destroy her testimony no matter what. Very well. Defense, the court orders you to begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. That sad and terrifying spectacle. That day I joined Dr. Watson for a rather late lunch. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered a beefsteak for myself. The accused came over to greet the professor, but they quickly began to argue. Then, right before my eyes, he shot through the professor's pistol and shot him. I was not carrying a firearm, so it is impossible for me to commit the crime. So, you shot and killed the victim after a heated argument, did you? That's the biggest, craziest, stupid... Come on, Naruhodo, ableist. The lie I've ever heard in my entire life. Ridiculous, maybe. I agree, but we can't deny the power that the testimony holds. It came from the lips of an elegant young lady of the British Empire, after all. Like, is she a lady, or is she just some woman who's rich? It's a distinction within the aristocracy. Whatever. Compared... I mean, at least I think it is. You know what? I don't care about the aristocracy. Fuck the aristocracy. Compared to you, covered headed to in black, she seems much more trustworthy. It's just what the colour of my uniform is. Says the guy who'd be wearing all black if it wasn't for that flashy red headband. At any rate, now's our only chance to expose her lies for what they really are. Because we can't then tear down her testimony, the trial's as good as over. Even you should be able to feel the intense bloodlust in this room. Yeah, to be honest, it feels like I already have one foot in the grave. And if I don't find a contradiction soon, I'll be both feet in the grave. If you're in a bind, just press any statements that stand out. You're bound to make a breakthrough eventually. We're the pressing testimony part of the tutorial trial. I wonder what secrets are hidden beneath this foreign-belled mask. I'd have to expose them through cross-examination. That day, I had joined Dr. Watson for a rather late lunch. Okay. Sir! 2 PM? A late lunch indeed. Late lunches are the latest trend in the British Empire, isn't that so, milady? No! That's so distinct. That's the first one I've been able to read. It's just no. So there's something so powerful about that. That sounded like a no, a sharp one at that. This lady appears to be a guest at the medical research laboratory. Hence, she would often go to lunch with Dr. Watson. But on that day, the victim had a doctor's appointment. I think there's a note about that somewhere in the court record. He certainly did. It was almost 2 PM by the time his treatment was complete. I see. That makes sense. Truly, a perfect memory from a perfect lady! The witnesses then gathered at the restaurant. What happened next? Unable to eat. you're referring to Professor's visit to the Potter Clinic, right? That is correct. You didn't even ask her first. Incidentally, it was the lady aware of that visit? Yes, she heard about the tooth extraction from the day of. That means... you were the one who ate the beefsteak after all. That is correct. This photograph reveals how the scene looked at the time, sad and terrified. At the time, huh? Indeed, what a tragedy! To have ventured out to this far eastern island only to be embroiled in a murder case. I, Ayuchi, shall become a vengeful god and sink my fist into the criminal's face. I take it the late Dr. Watson didn't ingest anything then. Yes, with the exception of carbonated water. Carbonated water? Although he could not eat, he could at least have a drink. So two of us made a toast, she says. A toast with carbonated drinks, huh? So, what did you think of that testimony? It's very important! I've already forgotten what it was, but listen, when the game asks you if something's important enough to be added to a testimony, you add that fucker to the testimony. Unless it's mutually exclusive with adding something else to the testimony, but we'll see that about that. I believe there's a deeper meaning to this lady's testimony. Oh ho ho, fascinating, and what meaning would that be, pray tell? When the time is right, the meaning shall reveal itself. The defense requests the witness's last statement be added to her testimony. Add that shit to the testimony! Ha! A clever save! Now then, my lady. Would you please add that statement to your testimony for us? Gladly, she says. She didn't say anything. He's reading her mind now. She didn't even whisper anything that tight. That's creepy. Nice, Sawuki. I'll read those. I'll remember those words. Which words? When the time is right. What a convenient phrase. Could you take this a little more seriously, Naruhodo? The professor and I made a toast using carbonated water and wine glasses. Carbonated water and wine glasses. Carbonated water and wine glasses. I only see one wine glass. Just gonna press this real quick. They both drank the carbonated water, right? Correct. As their waiter, I seem to remember pouring 2 glasses. Even though you're actually a detective. All the while, Miss Brett was eating a beefsteak. I heard that the Japanese didn't eat beef until the country opened its borders. Yeah, that's true. What a desolate country this must have been. You guys didn't even have beef. It must have sucked. Says the citizens of our country doesn't even serve sashimi. Good comeback, but say it out loud, Naruhodo. There's so many insults you can lob at the British Empire's culinary tastes. Lay into them. Each country has its own specialty. You ought to be open to new flavors. Also true, come to think of it, I was more surprised by the taste of carbonated water than the taste of beef. Now, back to the topic of Miss Exchange Student's testimony. I can't help but feel like something's off. Naruhodo, do not let that tiniest of detail elude you. Anything, no matter how small, could lead to a breakthrough. Or even a great turnabout! The great turn! Oh, it's the title of the game in your Japanese. God, thanks for this. Thanks for the tip, Asuogi. That sounds like the statement I might present on. So, in this photo, I'm only seeing 1 wine glass. So, there's no wine glasses, is there? Let's present! There we go! Oh shit, I just realized the stream's been frozen while I was fucking lining up my objections. Sorry about that, everybody. What a time. Okay. There's my mouse. Okay. Be nice, streaming thing. You just crashed like 20 minutes ago. I'm calling on you to just like, you know, be civil with my video feeds. Like, is that possible? Like a little bit of common decency, computer? Come on. The people want to see this exciting twist. I'm gonna have to reboot my 3DS again. One moment, everybody. I'd ask how everyone's doing, but my chat box broke. What a bummer. Let's see. What's going on with local news? There's also BLM protests going on in Glasgow and in Scotland. So everyone should know about that. You know, it's in every little corner. Can't ignore those. It's good times. Everyone working together. Current affairs in Scotland. For me, haven't been outside in a while. Don't know if y'all know this, but I'm in the shielded category. Which means just don't go outside. Just avoid everybody. Tracy is the category I'm in for the current situation. So figured I'd try streaming a bit more. That's my current situation. I can't be out there doing a whole lot, so I'm in here doing whatever it is I do. Not particularly into plugging myself right now. I would recommend supporting other people. I should have prepared some links to plug ahead of time. Granted, I'm not nearly as professional a streamer as Alexis is as a presenter, sadly. In the future, gonna have that sorted out ahead of time. I think maybe some nice graphics too. We'll see. Also, can we get visual again? Yes. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Back into it. Wait, did I save? Ah, shit. I'm not 100% sure I saved when I wasn't objecting. Oh, fuck. Guess we'll find out. Oh yeah, send back on. Looks like I saved. That's it. I'd like to confirm about this photograph. There we go. The lady herself just told us that the spectacle shown in this photograph was exactly how the scene looked at the time. That is correct. Except, you know, strange, really strange. The only strange thing here is your inability to properly slam that desk. You gotta slam that fucking desk. Come on. You gotta put some elbow grease into just destroying that desk. Like a real attorney. What is so strange about this photograph? I'm referring to the toast they made. The toast? The lady says she made a toast with carbonated water and wine glasses. But if that were the case, the table should have 2 glasses on it. Oh! You're right, there's only a single wine glass. Objection! No matter how you look at it, it's just a trivial matter. How could a single wine glass have any impact on the case? Trivial, you say? Even if it is the police that hid a glass to deflect suspicion from the lady? What rubbish. I would never perform such a foolish act. Then shouldn't there be 2 wine glasses? I mean, think about it. They made a toast! Yes, I suppose you have a point. While posing as a waiter, I brought 2 wine glasses to their table, but... Oh, they're looking at each other. Detective, what did she just say? Evidently, the one who removed the wine glass was none other than Miss Giselle Brett herself. What? Bitch! I was so profoundly shaken by the events that had transpired before my eyes that I concealed the fact that I was there against my better judgment. Why? Sorry. I love it when like a single word reaches through where like it's pretty easy to read. It just kind of lets you know that she's probably talking like a snooty way that's deliberately hard to understand. It's not clear how much English Naruhodo knows. Like later on when we go to England, he won't have any problems. But maybe he's just a fast learner. I don't know. I'm English. I'm used to everyone speaking the language I do because of my entitlements. So a lot of people, they got a book at learning languages more than I do. Anyway. See, it was a trivial matter after all. Excuse me? Lest we forget, her fellow countryman was murdered before her very eyes. You cannot blame her for hiding 1 or 2 wine glasses under duress. That's absurd. Or perhaps you dare condemn this frail foreign beauty's sense of playfulness? What? Oh please, you can't just dismiss something like this as mere playfulness. Girls will be girls! He crammed like a motherfucker on that boat. By the way, how exactly did she hide the wine glass? She says she placed it into the small handbag she was carrying. Her handbag? I'm sorry, motherfucker. What was that about no pockets? Your handbag? You had a handbag and talking about how you have no pockets on your dress? How could I possibly hide something? You have a handbag, bitch. A fashionable pouch in which ladies of the British Empire store personal items. With this, we've established that the lady took the wine glass from the scene. However, said wine glass is irrelevant to the case at hand. This evil student is merely grasping at straws. The court has no need for any more of his misleading accusations. Indeed, now we know why the lady took that wine glass. We must all agree it has no bearing on the case at hand. Understood, attorney? Huh? But I wonder. At this rate, if we wish to press the issue any further, we must first prove why it is worth a discussion. Yeah. Miss Brett whisked the glass away in her handbag, so the crucial question here is... call attention to the fucking handbag. Hold on a minute, she put the wine glass in her handbag? Indeed, nothing strange about that. Every lady in the British Empire owns a handbag, you know. As I recall, Miss Brett made a certain claim earlier. This dress has no pockets. There's no place to hide a pistol. He's just saying what I was saying earlier in my rant. It's like, excuse me. However, we know now that she had a handbag. Wasn't it possible for her to hide a pistol in that handbag? Oh! Way to go, partner. I knew you'd notice that contradiction. What do you mean by that, you dirty little... It's simple. The defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, picked up a fallen pistol and heard a gunshot. Since he did not pull the trigger of the pistol in his hand, there must have been another one. Another gun that was a true murder weapon. You can't mean... Detective. Yes? Did you investigate the contents of Miss Brett's handbag? No, I did not inspect it. I knew it. In other words, the other gun, the true murder weapon. Could it have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag? What? What did you say? Order in the court. Detective, I demand an explanation. Of what, Prosecutor Aiuchi? How could you fail to give that handbag a thorough inspection? This lady has been forced to put up with false accusations due to your lack of due diligence. You did it, partner. You created an opportunity to tear down her facade. You really think so? Oh my god. Sometimes you have a fucking coughing fit. I get it, dude. You know, although I don't usually cough up blood. I feel like my doctor would want to ask me some questions if I coughed up blood. My goodness, you have no faith in the Imperial Police, I see. It's true, I did not check the contents of the lady's handbag, because there was no need to do so. What do you mean? I must thank the student attorney over there. He has reminded me of a piece of evidence that I forgot to show the court. This here photograph. Look at this photograph. I took this photograph as a precaution after the incident occurred. As you can see, Miss Brett's handbag was captured in this picture. What? You can clearly see the inside of her handbag. Exactly, Your Honor. This handbag was woven from leather, a material popular among high-class Londoners. My word, its contents are out of full display. Hence, there is no need to inspect it. After all, if there was a pistol inside, it would have stood out immediately. Ah. The lack of a pistol is proof of Miss Brett's innocence. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to present this, young student. No. Order. Detective, I order you to hand over that photograph as evidence. As you wish, Your Honor. Photograph of the handbag has been filed in the court record. I hereby conclude the cross-examination of the witnesses. The court believes that with this photograph, all relevant evidence is at hand. As long as there is no issues with this photograph, all doubts surrounding this case have been cleared. Now it is time to render a verdict. In other words, there is only one conclusion. No one was capable of committing the crime except for the student prostrated on his desk. It's lagged at him having his head down on the desk looking sad. He's just taking a long moment of self-pity. Of all times. I'm just gonna do a little save while the video stream's stuck on that. Rebooting visual. Are you serious? Are you crashing already? It hasn't been like 10. Come on. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna try and push us through to the next testimony so it won't just like end randomly in the middle. And then I'm gonna close us out once I go just a little bit further because I don't want to just like end because of crashing, which is very rude of this thing. Much less stable than the first time we did this. I'm sorry, everybody. I mean, I can't really do much about it. The 3DS is what it is. I believe, oh gosh. I would talk about current incidents, but you know, shit's changing so fast these days. I feel like it'd be outdated by the time it even goes up on YouTube, you know? Just gonna set that all up again. Be very nice to me, streaming software. I summon thee by the power of visuals. Audio visuals. And we're back. Should be, anyway. Hopefully, we'll see how long we go. I mean, we'll just keep going till next testimony or so, I think. Just to make it a nice clean break for next time, so I don't have to like come in the middle of a breakdown of like mid-testimony conversations, like forget where I'm at. No, I thought we were about to make a great turnabout. Instead, we were shut down before we could even gain traction. Asugi? I'm sorry, Naruhodo. Now that the cross-examination's over, we have no way of prolonging this trial. What, then, the verdict will be... You put up a good fight for our starry-eyed students, I'll give you that. However, resistance is futile in this face of fair judgment. Reflect on that fact to your heart's content from the comfort of your cell. Is this the end? Am I really going to be jailed for a crime I didn't even commit? What about Asogi? He'll be forced to give up on his dream of studying abroad. Hey Asogi. What is it, Naruhodo? Are you really out of options? You heard the judge. As long as there are no issues with that detective's photograph, the trial cannot continue. It's over. Very well then. The court shall proceed to deliver its judgment. It appears that we can report back to the British Empire without further delay. Damn it. I will now announce the verdict for the defendant. Sir! Please wait, Your Honor. Naruhodo? You should hold off on passing a verdict. Objection! What are you going on about now? Once the trial is over and a conclusion is reached, the judge hands down a verdict. That is the most fundamental rule that governs the Supreme Court. Sir, but His Honor clearly said, as long as there are no issues with this photograph, all doubts during this case have been cleared. Now is the time to render a verdict. Therefore, in the event that there is a huge issue with this evidence, the trial must go on! Are you delusional? The only purpose of this photograph was to show the items in her handbag. How could there be any issue with it? I understand the defense's concern, it's true. We've yet to examine this photograph closely. However, I can't imagine what additional clues may be hiding in this handbag. Huh. As if anything like that would exist. I'm sick and tired of this student's desperate proclamations. Come on, I'm not that desperate. I just know there's something about this photograph that stands out. Very well then. We will grant the defense one last opportunity. Huh? Come again? This trial may or may not end immediately, depending on what you have to say. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. In the photograph that Detective Osanaga submitted as evidence, please proceed to point out the significant problem in this photograph. Okay, so this is the evidence that they're presenting is, oh, we can see into the handbag and see the wine glass that she took for no... Like, it wasn't like she just walked out holding it, she stuffed the wine glass in her whole, like, leather strap handbag. Like, it seems cumbersome as a thing to do in shock or whatever. But, I mean, she's a pretty suspicious person, let's be real. Anyway, please take a look right here! On the victim's wrist, you can see a mysterious scar. Indeed. It looks like a burn. Objection! I was wondering what you might blurt out in your desperation, but really? That has absolutely nothing to do with the lady's handbag, does it? That is indeed a scar from a burn. Huh? Could you elaborate, Detective? The police had noticed the burn as well during the inspection of the corpse. However, since it had nothing to do with the case because of death, it was left off the records. That would only be fair, because even establishing precisely when the victim suffered the burn would be impossible to begin with. The more I look at this, the more I think there's something strange about that scar. The prosecutor actually is correct. As long as there's no clear connection to this case, I do not see any reason to further investigate this birthmark. Blah, fuck you. Unfortunately, Your Honor, the time for her to dine with the officials of the university is fast approaching. If this is alright, the witness would like to kindly request that she be allowed to leave. Oh, but of course, that is not a problem at all. Your Honor, please, let us hand down the verdict at once. Naruhodo, explain yourself. Are you saying this burn mark is somehow related to the case? To tell you the truth, I don't really know myself, but if I just stand idly by, it's all over for me. No matter what, I have to keep pushing forward, even if I'm just grasping at straws. Yeah, you're right. Asugi? If we can prove a connection between this burn mark and the incident at hand, we may be able to wrench open a door that was once locked to us. What now? There's no way you can possibly pull that off. We can't afford to waste time listening to baseless conjecture. In other words, all we need to do is show you evidence, Your Honor. The proof that links the burn mark to this incident. That is correct. Truth be told, I had overlooked this mysterious burn mark. However, the moment you pointed it out in the photograph, I did not overlook the sudden darkness that overtook the witness's face. What? My only option is to establish a connection between this burn mark and the crime. This is really important. I can't mess it up. I have to find the evidence that will reveal the truth behind the burn mark. Now I order the defense to present evidence to the court. What evidence establishes a connection between the burn mark and this case? Alright, let's have a close look at all the stuff we got lying around here. No. I think I see it, but is there a better view? No. Okay. Well, just gonna try this one because the photograph has lots of things in it. This is the same photograph from before. I think photographs really are an extraordinary invention. Things that are easily overlooked by the untrained eye can be recorded eternally for all to see. And what are you getting at? Tell us what we're supposed to see. I can't allow your needless charades to waste any more of my lady's time. I hope you'll be willing to grace us with your presence for just a short while longer, miss. The connection we're looking for is very clearly shown in this photograph. Why did the victim have such a mysterious burn mark on his body? What was the cause? The cause? A bluff as obvious as that won't work on me. You would do well to present your evidence immediately. What do you suppose caused the victim's burn mark? Let's see if I can just scroll over it. There we go. The beefsteak? The beefsteak isn't the important part. It's the iron plate underneath the meat. The plate? Oh, what's the matter, Your Honor? This iron plate bears a certain insignia. It's safe to assume this is a symbol of Laquantos. Ah! The insignia of this iron plate. And the shape of the victim's burn mark are a perfect match. Ouch! Naruhodo, you're really something else. He's right. Therefore, we can assume the victim received the burn mark at Laquantos. Objection! But even if that may be true, it doesn't mean he was burnt on the day of the murder. Surely it was the day before the crime, the day before that, or any other unrelated day. Well, you see... Objection! Bad news, Prosecutor Etchi. The chances of that are terribly low. Asurugi. Why would that be? Look at how clearly the burn shows on his skin. A burn like this would have been sent the restaurant into an uproar. Detective Hosonaga, what are your thoughts? An injury of such severity could not possibly slip by without causing a bit of a fuss. But... the wound appears to be fresh. He was burned recently. While the wound is indeed small, it has left a distinct burn mark. This means it was a especially severe burn. What does that mean for us? For example, oh yes, let me give you the conditions that would have to be present for a burn like that to form. Yeah, Ace Attorney, the game where you are a really good detective but refuse to be a cop. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, you're out here solving mysteries, but it's always set up so the police are wrong and you're having to correct their work, basically. You are the checks and balances that theoretically stop unlimited police detainment. Theoretically. Reformism. But anyway, you would have had to press against a hot surface for at least 3 seconds at 90 degrees Celsius. Whoa, exact facts of burn marks here. One probably wouldn't be able to help but let out a scream from the pain. I've been undercover at Laquantos for weeks and I've never heard any screams like that. Let's wait for the restaurant in question. I can confidently assure you of that. Why aren't you focusing on your detective work? Indeed, that's why this is so strange. I agree with Detective Hosonaga. If you were to press your skin down such a hot plate, you would have cried out in pain. It's just a human instinct. I've been trying to push through to just the next testimony, but the capture keeps crashing and they keep asking for more evidence. Presentations before I get to it, so I don't know. Come on, be nice, stream. So this is a wild one. We figured out from the, it wasn't down to the person, it was down to the burn mark. Okay, it fucking crashed again. Time to reset the 3DS. I'm gonna try and figure out what's causing the frequent crashes for next time, so we don't have to get like constant interruptions. That'll be good when that happens. Because it seems to time itself for the most dramatic moments in these big reveal cases. But I mean, yeah. So, Ace Attorney, let's talk about the police politics of Ace Attorney and whatnot. So in Ace Attorney, the police are both massively incompetent, but also, they usually get the right guy, right? Some of the games come close to making statements, and other ones go out of their way to completely negate those statements, or decrease their importance by having some weird fan service plot that doesn't really tie into, like, the themes of characters and whatnot. I don't know. Spirit of Justice was a mixed bag. It's one of my favorite games, some of my best mysteries, but also mixed bag. I mean, there's good and bad in every Ace Attorney game. But anyway, yeah. Varying degrees of almost making statements on the police. Fun fact about this: we're still in Sherlock times. With let's see if we should have audio again. Anyway, we're currently in Sherlock Holmes times. But in the modern times, that's like set in like modern day Japan / America, depending on what translation you're watching. Do we have visual? Come on, visual, connect, please. Nope. Okay. Well, that's inconvenient if it doesn't feel like connecting. Anyway, yeah, in this one specifically, in Great Ace Attorney 1 / DGS 1 or whatever, we are, like, I get the impression there's something a bit shady going on with, the Japanese side of the court in that part of the game, but I haven't seen all of Great Ace Attorney 2 to see the full revelation of that one. But I mean, we all know the British system of law is bullshit. Yeah, I know, right? Stop being rude, 3DS. We're gonna have like English bobbies and stuff and whatnot in here. Scotland Yard. The people who were always like the bumbling fools who could never get it right in the original. Gregson or whatever will be back. It's a good old Sherlock Holmes crossover time. I used to be inspired by Sherlock Holmes. I was like, forensic investigation type stuff sounds good. I'll go be a science detective. Like what Sherlock Holmes is like an inspiration type thing for. But forensic science is bullshit. Educate yourself, people. I wish I had earlier. I mean, I did. I didn't go into the forensic sciences course. I stayed in my hard sciences course, but I could have. Come on, visual, please. Can I please have visual? It'd be so nice if I could have visual right now. Is every stream just going to be a cliffhanger because the 3DS just does not want to stream properly? Well, I've been floundering with this for about a good 5 minutes now. So we might just have to cut it off there, I think. Yeah. I'll Unless you just... Yeah, so... what else is there to say? Uh... Like, there isn't much, like... When I say, like, Ace Attorney criticism of prosecutors, it's like, hey, you know, prosecutors aren't all bad, and even at times when Phoenix himself says all prosecutors are bad, it's really an oversimplification of him having encountered just a few bad apple prosecutors. Oh, God. The prosecutors, like, they try and present it like everyone's working together to find the truth, but, like, I don't know, it seems like Phoenix and Edgeworth are the exception to that rule. That's my thought. Like, most other, like, Edgeworth was kind of a larger than life dude already, and then every prosecutor introduced in the series after that has just been, like, ramping it up a little bit. In terms of ridiculousness. And even then, Edgeworth cutting the salary of the people under him casually as punishment, it was just always a joke. So, I don't know, not an ally to the working class that Edgeworth. But then again, he's mostly gouging Gumshoe for being incompetent as an investigator, which I don't know how effective that is, docking his pay to... I mean, him specifically. Obviously, defund the police, but it's just an ongoing joke that Gumshoe is, like, so impoverished, despite seeming like the example of a good cop in this series. Well, not like a great investigator, but his heart's in the right place, Gumshoe. I'm sorry, the revolution's here and we have to cancel Detective Gumshoe. Can I have visual? Oh, we've got some visual. We have little bit of visual. Is that as far as we're going though today? Yeah. Yeah, the 3DS is being increasingly less cooperative and crashing and freezing up more. So I think that is just where we're gonna cut it. I could have maybe ended it, but there you got some Ace Attorney ramblings out of me, and I'm sure those will continue to eke out as these streams go on. You know, we're writing by the seat of our pants on a cliffhanger. So for just recap notes on how that's going so far, pay attention to that burn mark on Dr. Watson's hand. Just making a note of that for future Tracy. And how the heck did no one notice him getting such an incredible burn on his hand? That's the question we'll be answering next time, as we try to figure who the real killer is. I mean, it's obviously this lady, because it's the first case and it's usually pretty obvious who the murderer is, and she doesn't really carry herself like much of an innocent person, but, you know, we'll find out who the murderer is, guys. I mean, I guess that's a conceit of Ace Attorney, is like, ultimately, it's, the police only mess up because criminals are such cunning people, they can evade capture and exploit the system. Sometimes the cops does it. We'll get to the cops being the ones responsible for everything later when it does happen. But no. Police as an institution not condemned in Ace Attorney. Mild propaganda in the form of not questioning cops enough. That's my final evaluation of Ace Attorney. Don't worry about supporting me too much. Subscribe if you want. My Patreon's like patreon.com/Tracy Campbell. Yeah, I'll see you all next time, everybody. With Alexis possibly doing more Fire Emblem, more of this, we'll see. Yeah, until then, catch you all later and have a great time. And I'll see you in the next Girlfriend Quest. Bye, everybody. Bye.